So it's probably one of my latest starts on this trail. I camped back here. This is the pastor's house up there, and then the church is that building over there. It's just kind of the rough area he told me to camp in. As you can see, there's all these like disaster relief stuff. Not sure, I'm guessing it's for like the hurricanes, but it's a little cloudy and overcast and chilly this morning, which I'll take since I'm doing a road walk, as long as it doesn't rain. So I'm gonna head out. So I'm not sure how far I'm gonna go today. Late start and had a big day yesterday, so I don't really feel that sore, but there's a church at 9 miles, 15 miles, and 23 miles. I'd like to make it to the 23 if possible, but should definitely, I should definitely be able to make that one. Like I said, even after what I did last night, a little bit of night hiking is not going to kill me, so that place was nice. I didn't really get to see it or meet anybody, but I didn't even bother to figure out where I could charge or get water. I heard that the water's all taken up by those RVs anyway, so there's a couple places a few miles down the road I can get water at, and I charged up at the gas station yesterday, so I had plenty of battery to charge my phone. So I'll get some water up here, I think behind a restaurant, and just see how far I make it today. So like literally half a mile from that church that I stayed at last night, there's a trail angel, and she's got soda and water in a cooler, and she's got like emergency drinking water for like filling up your water bottles. And then I looked at the logbook, and she had some information about you could camp there. If you text her, she'll let you charge your stuff up. So it's kind of on a random road icon that has, like, as you can see, there's like nothing around here. So there's not really any information that would let you know it was there until you walk past it. So I left some information on the church icon, because church is kind of busy with their disaster relief stuff. And like I said, I didn't get water. I didn't charge anything. I didn't even use the bathroom there, just because, one, I got in late and went straight to bed. But like I said, they got a whole bunch of other stuff they're working on, so I think it would be a better option to stay at the Trail Angel's house and kind of have the place to yourself a little bit. So anyway, that was really nice. I was able to fill my water up, cold drink. And, had I known that was there, and I coordinated ahead of time, I probably would have stayed there. Wouldn't call her at like 7 o'clock the night of and show up at 10 p.m. But, if you're coming in at normal time, it'd probably be a good place. So I only seen one other person sign the the logbook she had there. I couldn't find a pen. So I don't know if that's why other people haven't signed it or other people just didn't go to it. But last person was here like 2 or 3 days ago. There was only one name in it. So once again, I think a lot of people are skipping this section because it's a big road walk. But like I said, you skip road walks and you miss out on stuff like that. So Just got done coming down this road. Been working on the dirt for several miles, and then this right here is one of the churches, and they have like a spigot. I think they'll let you tent, but that's the 9-mile church for today. Gonna keep going. It's 5.5 to the next church, and going kind of slow. So I think the 40 miles yesterday kind of don't really feel like sore or anything, but yeah, just going slower than usual. So I'll see what time I get to the next church. I'll probably take a break there, at least for a little bit. Water, maybe take a snack break and all that, and then I'll see how far the next one is, and if I feel like going that far. But back onto a paved road for now. This is the setup for tonight. Water spigot here. There's an outlet here. This is just like the back side of the church. The trail is up there on that road. It's gonna be hard to get a scale of this thing, but that's spread out probably as big as my palm. And they're like everywhere. I see all their like little beady eyes in this grass, and my tent is right there. So, man, Jesus, they're everywhere. So as you can probably hear, there are several dogs. I can't tell. I'm obviously not going to go and find out at, what is it, 8:30 at night. But I think those dogs are not owned by anybody. Because I swear I hear them like moving around. Like it sounds like they're coming from there right now. But then I'll hear it. It sounds like they're coming from back over here. I mean, not directly here, but it's hard to tell. But there's several of them. And I looked on Google Maps. It doesn't look like there's anything over there except for like a recycling plant. So it doesn't look like there's a house nearby. So anyway, I was set up out here in the backyard, but I was reading a comment about somebody that posted one night a dog came up to their tent and was barking at them, which makes me think that, like I said, they're not owned by anybody. They're just like more or less wild dogs, or not necessarily wild, but like people's dogs got out or something, and there's a pack of them that are all, I heard them fighting with each other earlier, like they were kind of getting into a thing. So anyway, I moved my tent into here just because there's a fence around this whole thing, and I can close it off here and close it off there, and that way I just don't have to worry about a dog a pack of dogs coming up to my tent in the middle of the night and bothering me. Obviously, the downside is I have a huge light above my tent now. But honestly, light doesn't really bother me that much. You know, close your eyes, put a buff over your eyes, turn the other way, and you know, once you're asleep, it's not that big of a deal. But I'd rather deal with the light than having to worry about a dog coming barking at my tent for an hour at 2 a.m. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in here, and I also moved my backpack. I don't want it sitting directly on the ground just because of all the spiders. So obviously they can still climb up this thing, but I think it's less likely they'll get into all my stuff. And I think that's what all these like weird bites that I'm getting from are, they're from spiders, because like I got one that's like right here on my leg that there's no way like a mosquito's gonna bite through that. And during the day, like I have my socks like tucked in, so anything that crawls up here like is gonna have to come up here. It's not gonna be able to get in there. So the only thing I can think of is like when I'm sleeping at night, especially like when I was cowboy camping in that shelter at Holton Creek. You know, there's just spiders everywhere, and they just crawled up on me, and I'm getting bit. So lesson learned. Even though I thought I was relatively safe in there since it was screened, obviously it's not bug proof, but just don't cowboy camp on the Florida Trail, because like you won't be able to see them here, but like when I turned my headlamp on and this was all dark on that side, like I would see like a little, it looks like dew on the ground. It's like there'll be one here and 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 one here, and it's like the little eyes on all these spiders. Like I said, some of them were like, there was a big one that was like that big. Most of them are not that size, but either way, you don't want to be getting bit by a bunch of spiders all night. So definitely keep your stuff zipped up tight when you're away from it. Like I said, more so in my opinion, the mosquitoes are not that bad, and haven't been that bad on this trail. They come out a little bit at sunset, but they go away pretty much right after it, and before that they're not really around either. So spiders definitely come out at night.